endlessly searching for an original sound.
Might have to grab him at some point eventually. I got a Megatron one from Beast Wars that's normally like $60, and I found him for 20, and I literally ran across the store going, "This is mine now." Fuck yeah, not $60 anymore. Get over here, lizard. The ender of friendship. My friend's going on about how Monopoly is the ender of friendship.
I want to play Communist Monopoly just for shits and giggles.
I have it, and I will bring it over. Next con, I will bring it. I have 2 copies of Socialist Monopoly. Because somebody sent me one after I bought it. It is one of the most frustrating versions of Monopoly you'll ever play.
Oh, I fully expected to.
But the jokes in it are fucking hysterical. Because just when you start reading the rules, it always contradicts itself.
Yep.
I can imagine someone playing this with Scott McNeil. Joke's on you, I would do it in a heartbeat. It's not like I haven't done stupid shit with him. I managed to derail an entire panel because I gave him a little My Little Pony figure because he voiced one of the ponies in that. And a friend had given me that pony figure because he knows I was friends with Scott. And that derailed the entire panel because the whole panel he was playing with it while the other voice actor was trying to be serious. He couldn't get his fucking attention away from the little pony figure.
Oh, God.
I regret nothing. It was great. I will be the bank. Yes! That's the only way to win Socialist Monopoly is be the bank.
Yeah, because then you're the government.
They knew what they were doing. I remember that game just pissing off everybody when it came out, and then you actually read it. It's like you can open a vegan, like, wheatgrass cafe.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, so this one is still locked. We haven't unlocked that yet, but we did unlock the other side.
So now we get to finally go over there.
Yeah, so this is the timeline where... no, it's the one above it.
I know, it was just being a pain.
So this is the one where everybody is still alive, and we've gone down the Iris path so far, until we had to diverge to this direction.
Let's see if Mom's the shooter.
Apparently.
Or is getting So Sejima to do it.
Maybe. Tuesday.
Not my third
Have you settled down? The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable.
Okay, so that was when we found the random body in there.
Now that you're back, let's get back to business.
Which looks like Iris.
You are
right, but
conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you.
The truth is, this
Thinking
whole
that
game...
Iris died because of me.
This whole game is, like, all of this that Iris is doing is just a publicity stunt. Pretending to be, like the Blair Witch.
Except for the being cut in half in the other timeline.
You know, every so often they fuck up on set. Just look at Rust.
Ow. Too soon.
It was that or a Brandon Lee one, and that one was actually a tragedy.
You could have gone with Vic Moreau.
That's no better!
At least it was farther away.
That is no better, damn it.
If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened.
Wait, is that Iris?
If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Explain it like I'm 5.
Fine.
Yeah.
Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation. But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that?
So
See
they
the
can
body
hide
from
bodies? So they can hide bodies? Ice cream to preserve something. Warehouse is being used.
To preserve something.
Yes.
Next time I'm
Let us
making
move
smart
on
ass
to the
comment.
next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
The eye is missing, but it's the right eye?
All of these kind of work though, but it's the eye.
I would assume so, yeah.
That is a unique factor. But there was something else, something more peculiar.
Okay. It was completely frozen. It was covered by a cloth. It was hidden in the engine compartment. I guess that would be the next weirdest thing.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here. If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
But we do not know for certain that the culprit was attempting to dispose of the body. There is something
Ew.
more unusual.
It was covered by a cloth? Okay.
What is unnatural about that?
Isn't it strange? The culprit hid the body because they didn't want it to be found. But then they cover it with a cloth? That implies they thought that someone would eventually find it.
Or that the devs weren't allowed to put nudity in.
Yes.
I explained earlier. The body may not have been hidden by the culprit. And even if they were responsible, it is not uncommon that murderers feel a sudden urge of remorse or pity for their victim.
So the cloth was a sign of pity?
That is a possibility.
Alright, so I guess we only got one answer left, and the fact that it was frozen.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid.
Really?
But we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive.
He's a clone.
Why?
Machine. Robot. Bitch.
Alright,
Because she doesn't
Because
believe
we
that, I know
saved
that.
her. We saved her and so SOMNIUM.
Date, think logically. What occurs in dreams does not affect reality. And parallel worlds? That is even less possible.
Really?
So if that's the case...
I see. I understand now. Maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. Iris isn't alive. She's dead. I saw the ghost of Iris.
okay, no, yeah, you're just a reach.
Mr. Date, it's time for your medication.
I really wanted to see what reaction we were gonna get.
You mean?
You've got it.
I bolted the warehouse like I was a shot out of a gun. Look, I just got back up, guys. I can't read.
Son of a bitch.
Poke it with a stick.
Yep. Body X-ray. Nice
There's
bones.
no bones.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly.
Wait,
She
what?
appears to have been pregnant.
What?
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed.
Wait, what?
She must have been killed after giving birth.
What?
The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth.
So,
The
what the
expanded
fuck
uterus
happens here?
takes some time to return to its normal size.
So the game just wants to go in the what 80 what the fuck? What?
This has to be a different person.
It has to be that they made to look like Iris.
This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris. It's someone else.
Which means...
Iris is still alive.
not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet.
Shut up, eyeball.
Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
What?
What?
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly.
The fuck is going
Okay.
on?
Alright, let's go down this crazy pathway.
We really are going to Giallo territory, aren't we?
Yeah, it's definitely taking a hard left turn. Alright, is there anything else we can learn from
Her
the body?
identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown. But there is one likely
sort of.
suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
What if remember the job that 89 had? What if it wasn't Iris and her mom? What if it was whoever this lady is and her kid?
Maybe, but then that wouldn't explain why Iris's mom got shot.
Because maybe he didn't do it.
It also wouldn't explain the Somnium. No, I think this is one of the original...
If they're gonna try to tie it in, I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Sunday night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sejima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to...
So Sejima.
Again?
Will he talk to us is the question.
Yeah, it's a better question. Or is he dismembered and in a vase already?
You just love that.
He's a dick.
He is. You know how they say eat the rich? Apparently this one is used rich for decoration. Mizuki and Oda kept searching for Iris, but unfortunately they didn't turn up anything. Iris's whereabouts are still unknown. I'm worried about her, but without any leads, we'd just be looking for her blindly. I should focus on investigation for now. It will eventually lead me to Iris, I'm sure of it. With that in mind, I headed to So's mansion. His name just throws me off every time.
Alright,
I
he is
thought
not
I
dead
told
yet.
you. Never to show your face here again.
Are you still feeding the giant fish?
Yes.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it. You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman! You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
Suddenly, a gang of bodyguards stormed out of the mansion. In an instant, they surrounded me.
Time to beat the shit out of some dudes again.
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Did he not see this one coming?
Alright, well, that was...
Now we just put So on the defensive.
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your
assuming she's
responsibility
alive.
with Mizuki and Ota?
Yes.
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call
Fetal
her
position.
All Ice or Alice. What do you
God.
think?
Damn it, that's just a reference to one of their other games.
The fuck?
It's a reference to an ancient Egyptian mummy from the Zero Escape games.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I got that one.
Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
Alright, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
I swear to God.
Again?
Enough of the
this?
3 questions.
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
Was it...
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss.
Yes.
Oh, I got
in
it
the
right.
SOMNIUM world, we saw the frozen corpse of a girl. Question 2. Who is the girl?
A virus.
A virus? She was way too big to be a virus.
I just wanted the reaction.
Take this seriously, Date.
No. You can't
Never.
force me.
I'm gonna call her Adrian.
Adrian?
you.
Adrian!
Fuck you.
Damn it.
No, of course not.
At least they did the obvious joke.
Yeah.
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days. One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
Does that mean Iris could be Alice's kid? No, because of age wouldn't work.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, 10 years prior, yeah. Alice was in whose Somnium?
I'm doing it again.
Adrian!
Rocky!
Adrian!
They're gonna go through the whole thing.
Rocky!
The fact that they're doing...
But seriously, I am talking about the corpse. Do you think you should be joking at a time like this?
Yes.
Yes.
I understand your logic. We did see Alice in So's Somnium. In that sense, your answer is not incorrect.
Oh, we saw it in Mizuki's,
However,
I think.
I mean specifically Alice's frozen
No,
corpse.
wasn't it Iris's?
Whose brain were we synced to then?
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly.
Okay, never mind.
You mentioned something about Mizuki's somnium being some kind of prophecy. But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore...
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
there is no other explanation.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday, Ikume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Whoop some ass.
Yep. Kid, I know you can, like, punch down a tree, but why'd you kill him?
Date.
Did you find Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front? We would sit there together and talk about things. Like what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga.
What?
And we
What?
would talk about all our problems together.
What's the last
Aerial
one?
Sometimes we
yoga?
would talk late into the night. So I
No,
thought that
you need to
maybe
explain
she
what
was-
aerial yoga is.
Yeah, no, I need to know this too. I'm a little curious. Sounds a little
Can you-
weird.
Can you levitate?
I mean, she can punch down a tree.
Yeah.
But it looks like I was wrong.
Is she what happens when Goku and Bulma bang?
Oh god, I'm surprised we haven't had a what if about that.
Give him time.
To be fair, they did
I
hint at
think
it at
he's
one
searching
point.
Akihabara right now. Last time he checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
Doesn't have a brain, dick, nothing.
Yep. Still an awful
I
character.
think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. That's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
Goddamn maid bars.
You just bane of your existence.
Iris. Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
Probably.
Could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
I feel like she's hiding it.
Mizuki, I
Probably.
have something very important to ask you.
Or it's possible, anyway.
You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told Mizuki everything. About how Renju ran off with the assassin 89. How 89 is connected to Sojima.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
And that Sojima is linked to Alice's murder.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Mizuki looked down at her feet quietly. I could see agony in her face. The silence lingered. Finally, she steeled herself, lifted her head, and spoke.
Okay. I'll tell you about Alice.
Uh-oh. What
It
weirdness
was
is
about
this?
a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemnis Gate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I'd never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself. And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris. What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole
It's
time?
a corpse, kid!
Yeah.
Kids are dumb. Remember, she's supposed to be about 12.
Yet she can bench press like 200 pounds. I'm sorry. If you're giving your character that advantage, that's a pretty smart. That's got to be a pretty advanced 12-year-old.
What do you mean? I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Is that why you've been such a bitch?
Repressed memories are often the subject of somnia.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
I mean, to be fair, too, she's also far less mentally damaged than she is in the other timeline because she didn't have to see her father die as well, and all of her friends.
Give it time.
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't. So I went to Iris's house. Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki? Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy. Or dreaming. I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination.
Ditto!
I actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night, before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage. I was curious. I asked around some, and... I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go.
Or he was hiding a
maybe
body.
He couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think. But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
You kids want to see a dead body?
He wanted to figure out how he could charge people that see the dead body.
Oh, come on. They mastered that years ago.
Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing the warehouse?
For 18 years.
Yeah, it's
That's what the
Iris's
man
mom.
told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yes.
She looks like Iris. The body's been there for at least 10 or more years, and they're saying about 18, so... And Iris is 18.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Iba, I need an emergency search. Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
What?
Boom.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Mom was involved.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Monica Iwai, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
Oh boy.
Alice's Monica. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monika's body was found just now. But even back then,
you're right,
Hitomi
that does
knew.
make sense.
She knew that Monica was already dead. Aiba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to Abyss.
Oh boy, we're gonna do another sync.
Woohoo!
We get to go into Crazy Mommy's brain.